Hi guys, this is Cheryl with Architect Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today for this very special video. I have been waiting, you have been waiting, we have been waiting for my 2026 planner reveal, and I finally got my planner in the mail today. Today is Saturday, November 29th, and I finally received it. So I have cut the tape, and I haven't opened it or looked at the planner or anything like that. You and I are going to do that together. So I'm also going to do a little bit of a review, if you will, as I go through the planner, and also just talk about how I plan to use it, at least my initial thoughts. As you can see, this box is kind of small. So I mentioned earlier that I'm going to go in a different direction for 2026. So I will not be using a Hobonichi product. I will not be using a Wonderland 222 product. I will not even be in size A5. The only commonality between my previous year's planners and this one is that it's a bound book. So let's just jump right in here and see what I have. So I'm just going to open up the box. I'm going to take this out. And yay, look at that. Faded Chronicle TN All-in-One Full Year Planner. How many of you have heard of Faded Chronicle before just this moment? Yeah, I had seen it in my Instagram more so than on YouTube, and I was intrigued by it. I did want to go with a different size. I wanted to stay with a bound book. I wanted to go back to kind of the Hobonichi Weeks style of planning for 2026 with kind of the horizontal layout on the left page, and then on the right page it's grid, but also I wanted the right page to be structured rather than just a blank page. So when I saw this planner, I was really intrigued, and I'm like, I'm gonna check this out. I wanted to go with the standard TN size because I've been seeing so much of that, mostly sterling ink with the N1 size planner. And I thought, that looks like a really cool size. It's bigger than the Weeks, smaller than the A5. And I'm like, I'm just going to give it a go. So let me just open this up and take the planner out. And we're going to go for it. We're going to see what I have here. Okay. Let's get rid of all the little fringy things. Looks like there's a couple of little freebie items in here as well. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and take the whole thing out. Get the box completely out of the way. Okay, now, let's see, we have what looks like maybe a bookmark. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so it says 2026 embossed on this side with FC for Faded Chronicle. And then on the back side, there's full year monthly calendars for reference. So yeah, this would probably make a nice little bookmark. So I'll just put that to the side. Then we have these cute little tabs. I love these. Let me see. Get a piece of paper. So I can see a little bit better. Okay, so these are monthly tabs here, and then we have some blank ones here, and then some labels that you can make different sections, I guess, in the planner. It says note, yearly, monthly, daily, and list. So, yeah, I love these colors. These are some of my favorite colors, like this kind of dark turquoisey kind of a color. I love orange and just the browns and golds. I love these colors. So yeah, I don't know if I was in frame or not let's give you another peek. These are the monthly tabs, and these are the blank tabs and some labels. Okay, so we're just going to put these over here, and then we're going to just break into this planner and see what we have. Okay. The sleeve is a little snug. I guess that's a good thing, I guess. Okay, so this is a planner. This is the mushroom color. And it just kind of gives all of the particulars here on the front. So for those of you who care about all of that stuff, these are the height and or the length and width dimensions. It's 52 GM sans and paper. And I think, if I remember correctly, Tiffany, who's the owner of Faded Chronicle, I think they changed the paper like midstream. I think it was originally Tomoe River paper. That's what was on the website anyway. So the change to sans and paper is what kind of delayed the shipping, which is one of the reasons why I'm just getting the planner. But this is 52 GSM sans and paper. January to December 2026 is what it includes. As a yearly calendar, quarterly overview, perpetual calendar, month on 2 pages, functional weekly, numbered grid pages, a spacing guide, contact list, and personal information. So those are the contents of the planner. All right, this feels so good. As you can see, it's this nice mushroom color. I think it's showing up pretty true on camera. This beautiful mushroom, and it's very soft and buttery. This cover, the material is what they call PU leather, which stands for polyurethane leather. It's a faux leather material. But to me, it feels more suede-like, and it even looks more suede-like than it does leather. Maybe they changed the material of the cover midstream as well. I'm not sure, but what was listed on the website is the PU leather. But it feels very soft and buttery and suede-like. So yeah, it has designed by Faded Chronicle on the lower back cover. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and see what's in this guy. Okay, so open it up, and space to decorate however I choose. Oh, one thing that I did forget to tell you, this planner has 512 pages. As you can see, it's nice and thick, which I like thick planners. So as I use it, it will get nice and fluffy. So that is going to be fun. Okay, so here we go. Open it up. Just a little cover page. And here is the yearly overview spreads. 2026 on the right-hand side, which I like because, you open up, this is what you see first, the current year. Then it has the next 2 years for reference on the left page. There's a little grid section down here for notes. Typically, I use this page to mark holidays, vacation days, sick days, and paydays. So that's typically what I use my yearly for. And as of right now, that plan has not changed. So going on, we have 2 blank grid pages. Did I say this was 4mm grid? I'm not sure. It is 4mm grid for those who are interested in that. And then we go into the quarterlies. And so on this side, we have the months of the quarter. We have these boxes here where you can probably make some notes about maybe special events that are going on in the quarter that you want to just have in front of you as you're doing your quarterly planning. This part down here is where I imagine I'll be doing my goal planning for the quarter. And then you have a perpetual calendar for the quarter on this side. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use this calendar in sync with my goals. I need to put some thought into that, but I do like this detail. So I can't really share with you how I'm going to use this right now because I still really need to figure that out. But I am glad to have this quarterly section to do my goal planning. And of course, we go to quarter 2, 3, and 4. And then we go into the full year perpetual calendar. In the past, I have used this, in my Hobonichi weeks, I used it for mood tracking. And then in my larger planners, my A5 planners, I use it for marking birthdays, doctor appointments, dentist appointments, anniversaries, and anything of note for the year that I just want to be able to see at a glance. And I pull from this perpetual calendar when I'm doing my monthly planning, and I make sure I fill in all the birthdays, anniversaries, and any appointments that have been made in advance that need to be added to the monthly layout. And I plan to use this in the same way. It's a good bit smaller, the boxes, just because of the size of the planner, but I think that it will still work for me for the purpose that I intend to use it. So this is the yearly perpetual calendar. Then we go right into January, and you have kind of a page over here where you can maybe do some deco, maybe some, I don't know, notes for the month or some kind of overview for the month. Then you have this linear calendar here where you can write any kind of special days maybe, or I will probably use it as a gratitude log, like 1 line a day gratitude, because I do plan to incorporate that into my planning again. I really just got to get back into that grateful mindset because 2025 has been such an up and down year for so many reasons. And I find that not being in a grateful mindset can put you in a place where you don't want to go. And so I want to really get back to logging what I'm grateful for every day. Not sure what I'm going to do with this box, but I like the fact that Tiffany gives a lot of functional spaces that look different, has a lot of detail, and I don't have to come up with the detail or draw things in, draw lines, draw boxes. I don't have to do any of that. I can just utilize what she has. And so that was another thing that really drew me to this planner. So this is the month on 2 pages, and the boxes are nice size. I'm sure I will be able to work with these in the same way that I have in the past with my A5 planners. I will mark birthdays, any bills that I need to mark on here, anniversaries, doctor appointments, dentist appointments, meetings, events, all that kind of stuff goes on this spread. I will use my sidebar in the same way where I will put priorities for the month. And then there's this extra space down at the bottom. I'm not sure what I will use that for. Maybe for notes or just maybe some deco or something like that. And then there is a calendar for the next month for reference. So I like that setup. It's very functional. It's what I'm used to. I love that it's all gridded so that it helps me to write straight. So that is a good thing. This setup is similar to the Wonderland 222 in that the months, weeks, and days are all grouped together for the month. So you don't have all the monthlies, then all the weeklies, then all the dailies. You have your whole month all sectioned off together. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about that in the Wonderland 222. It did grow on me. I did grow to like and enjoy that. And so when I saw that this planner was set up the same way, it didn't throw me off or anything like that. I was used to it after having used the Wonderland 222 last year. So this is the weekly layout, and I was telling you all the nice little sections that it has. I really like that. It has up here at the top, week 1, and then the days of the week across the top. And this is a good place, I think, to put down any priorities for the day, things that you want really to pop out to you as soon as you open up to your weekly. And I think that's a good way to really, just kind of pull out those things that are like must do for the day, each day of the week, and have them right there. And, you can check that off. You really feel like you've accomplished something rather than just having Monday and just a long list of things. You can kind of put what's top priority up here at the top. That's how I intend to use that. Then, as I mentioned, you've got your horizontal days of the week on this side, which is where I will put all of my meetings and events. And as I said, I don't have to draw any lines. I love that so much. She already has a line down the middle of this horizontal section for me so that I can put my events on this side and my tasks on this side, my to-do list for the day. I really, really, really like that. And I love the way it has this section up here that, if you want to give this section a title and put like to do or tasks, you can write whatever you want to write in here. So I really like that little detail as well. And on this side, there is a habit tracker, which I think is really nice. I like that because I don't have to go to a different place in my planner to track my habits. Also, I'm less inclined to have a super long list of habits. I can really focus in on those things that are most important to me, habits that I'm trying to build, not things that are already a part of my routine, and it just looks and feels great because I check them off every day. I'm going to start being more true to this habit tracker in that I want to start building good habits in certain areas, and that's what I'm going to use this for. So if I'm not checking these things off, I'm going to feel really bad about it because these are going to be things that I say are important to me to incorporate into my lifestyle. So I'm really excited about this section. This is like a 4-quadrant table down here, and I can label it any way I want. And those of you who are familiar with my weekly spreads in my 2025 planner, my Wonderland, I use the sidebar because it's a vertical planner. I use the sidebar for 4 particular lists. I have this week for a running to-do list for the week. I have meal plan, I have to buy, and waiting on. So I plan to use these 4 quadrants as I used the sidebar in my Wonderland 222 vertical planner. So I saw this and I was so excited about this week. This is the most exciting part of this planner for me, is the weekly spread, because I can immediately see how I'm going to use each and every section in this spread, and I don't have to draw a single line. I am so excited about that. I don't have to do anything but grab my pen and go for it. I do plan to be more pen and marker in this planner. Not to say I'm not going to use any stickers, but because it's a smaller planner, I think I will find that I will have less room for stickers if I fully utilize it for planning. So yeah, I'm just going to say up front, probably I'm going to be more pen and marker in this planner, which, the way I feel right now, that works for me. That's going to be kind of like taking a little pressure off, if you will, that, my spreads just need to be all stickered up and everything, because they don't have to be, and they probably won't be for the most part. Now, I'm sure I will use some because I have so many stickers. I would feel guilty not using them at all. But yeah, this is my absolute favorite part of this planner. I love it so much. I cannot wait to start using it. And then you have dailies. Let's see, and how many pages do we have? I think there's only like 4 pages for this, I think, if I remember correctly. No, let's see, 1, 2, wait, let me make sure I'm doing this right. 2, 4, 6. So there's 6 pages for dailies, which is a lot for me because I'm not a huge daily planner. I had dailies in my Wonderland 222 and also, of course, in the Hobonichi Cousin. So I made myself use them because they were there. But I am probably with a whole page to use for one day, I guess, and actually the weekend is meant to be split, I guess, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what I come up with this. Maybe this will be my space for using some of my stickers and stuff for the dailies because I have so much space. But there's 6 grid pages of dailies, and I really love the detail of the border around the grid section to create this margin on the outside. I just love the detail of this planner. I'm so excited to get started with this. And then we won't go through them all because they all look the same. This is the next week. And so you go through all the weeks and all the days, and then you come to February and so on and so forth. And so you go all the way, this is October. So this is December here. There are no extra months for 2027. You just go through to the end. This is December. So you go through to week, I'm still not there, guys. Get to the end, Cheryl. That's week 52. Okay, I'm at the end now. Okay, week 52. And you do have like the very beginning of January 2027. And then that's it. And then you have, I think, 27 numbered, I don't know if you can see that, numbered grid pages in the back. Then you have the spacing guide that helps you if you want to do some measuring and some special, special things you may want to do with the blank pages. Then it gives you a spacing guide here. Then contact list for, I guess, your main peeps that you want to have their contact information written down. And then personal information for the owner, which is me, and my emergency contact information. And then the back cover. So guys, as you can see, I am really super excited about this planner. Just to kind of recap everything, love the soft buttery feel of this PU leather cover. Love the mushroom brown. It's really pretty. Just the functionality of this planner. I am very excited to get started. I think I may do a little vision board on Canva and put it here. I think that would be a good use for this space. The goal planning pages, which include the perpetual calendar, the full year perpetual calendar, and then you go straight into your monthlies, which include a cover page, a page where you can do a line a day or gratitude journaling, and then the monthlies, 2 month-on-2 pages, and then the star feature for me, this amazing, amazing functional weekly that I know exactly how I'm going to use each and every part of it. Your dailies, you have 6 pages of grid for dailies in between before you go to the next week. So I think this is going to be so fun. Let's just call this part 1 of my 2026 planning system, is the actual reveal of the planner and kind of a review. And my review is 2 thumbs up for Tiffany. I love this. I love everything about it, and I can't wait to start using it. Stay tuned for part 2 of this, which I have been collecting bits and bobs and parts and pieces for my 2026 planner system for months now. I have everything in a big basket over there on the floor, and I'm going to pull that bad boy out, and we're going to go through all of the goodies that I have purchased for my 2026 planner system. That is part 2 of this series. So stay tuned. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks again for tuning in for another video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't, because you guys want to be with me for this. I mean, I think this is a fairly not used so much planner on YouTube. And trust me, I have been looking. I have not seen very many people use this planner. So you're going to want to hang out with me in 2026 as I use this baby and just love on her and just, yeah, have fun. So thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you for part 2 for my 2026 planner accessory haul. Bye for now.